Welcome everyone. Today we are going to have a very special guest and we are going to introduce also our senior sister. Before that, I would like to introduce our Brahma Kumaris organization. So we will start with a small video. Through that we will get the introduction about the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization. And then we'll give you more details about Usha Didi. Thank you.
Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide, through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anubhuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Raj Yoga meditation began in United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest. I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many homes, many cities all over across the United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation, at their workplace, in their family. And also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into like what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Raj Yoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings, connected to the One Source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Usha Didi. We are going to have her video on the screen also. So, let me introduce her. Let me welcome first. Usha Didi, welcome. Welcome with these flowers. Many of you would be thinking what happened to our in-person session. So due to the weather condition, Usha Didi could not join today in person, but at least we are having this session on the Zoom. So we are fortunate, at least we are getting some time from Usha Didi. And many of you know about Usha Didi, but I just want to give a little bit introduction about her. Usha Didi was born in Africa and came in a contact with the Brahma Kumaris in 1974. And she dedicated her life in 1980s, and then she started doing a spiritual service. And also right now, we see her at the global headquarters of Brahma Kumaris in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India. And she is the senior Raj Yoga meditation teacher, management trainer, spiritual counselor, motivational speaker, an author, self-managing leadership in Hindi, English, Gujarati, Kannada languages. And also she has wrote a beautiful book, Adhyatmikta Ki Aur, which is in Hindi. And she is the coordinator of the political service wing at the Brahma Kumaris. We have more than 18 service wing. So she is a part of that. And she is an icon in India TV channel and web channels. Her lectures are also viewed on YouTube. You must have watched many beautiful episodes, and especially you must have seen Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, and so on. And also, she has conducted workshops, seminars, TV programs, and through her inspiration, many people, like through these episodes, many hundreds of professionals and young people, and even the children, they got the help through her lectures. And also we see that she's very friendly and she's very easy Raj Yogi. Whenever we try to meet her, whenever we try to contact her, easily we can. And her teachings, her guidance, they're very simple, very practical, and it gives us inspiration. I know personally when I started my spiritual journey in India, in Gujarat, when I saw her first, it was like, so much respect, regard, but also as a spiritual friend, always ready to help us. And whenever I used to listen to her spiritual course, Raj Yoga meditation course, each and every word, like how she is presenting, which has a meaning, and the practical aspect with that. So I got many inspirations, and I have learned many things. I remember in my childhood time, I had listened to her sleep management course, and used to come in the tape recorders, and we used to listen. And there are so many sessions on that. But today we are going to have only a few minutes but she's going to cover all of those points. So many people today in this life, in this world, many people are having challenges due to many reasons, lifestyle, habits, and the lack of spiritual knowledge, and so on. So today Usha Didi will give us the light of the spiritual knowledge, the wisdom. So we will learn the practical techniques and the spiritual method that we will learn today, and through that we will conquer this sleep, or I would say, let me become a master of my life and also this sleep, so I can have better life and I can help everyone. So welcome Usha Didi again, and let's hear Usha Didi. Okay, so I hear that they have some internet issue because they don't have proper power. Yes, so they are trying to manage. So please bear with us. Yes, Usha Didi, can you? Okay. Can we hear? No.
Om Shanti,
It's Om Shanti. Thank
Om
you.
Shanti, and good evening to everyone. Today, although I'm not in person before all of you, but still, it gives me the happiness that at least I'm able to be before you and share some of the insights that we have on this subject of sleep well and live well. Maybe destiny was not allowing us to reach New York and New Jersey. But still, destiny cannot stop us meeting on Zoom. Science has brought about so many different ways and means through which we are able to meet one another beautifully. And so it would not ever give us this feeling that, yes, we did not see one another in person. Today, this subject, sleep well and live well, beautifully chosen by our sister Sheetal Ban and her group and her team, that definitely in today's world, people are lacking sleep. And that is affecting their total lifestyle. It is affecting the relationships. It is affecting the nature of the person. And so, sometimes some people become irritated when they are not able to get good sleep. And so, because of that irritation, frustration coming out, definitely where would it come out? It would come out in our relationships. And then later on, when we realize, we feel as if we made a big mistake, but then we cannot help it. We try to correct ourselves, but still, somewhere, something is misunderstood. It is not to the type we have expected. And so there is a gap that is created. And this gap is what we call as understanding gap. Day by day, this gap also starts increasing. And that is when we find that sometimes it becomes very difficult to handle ourselves and handle our relationships as well. One misunderstanding leads to so many other misunderstandings. So it is better that we get good sleep. But everyone has this complaint in today's age. We don't know why we are not able to sleep well. So according to the present time and its need of the hour, a beautiful topic has been brought in front of all of us. Now let me tell you, we all sleep in cycles. And this cycle ranges from 110 to 130. 110 minutes to 130 minutes. Background. Sorry. Mirror image. उल्टा दिख रहा mirror image. Mirror image. So we all sleep in cycles. 1 second, huh? Just yes.
I think we can hear you and we can see you very well.
Yeah, just image बनाना पड़ेगा. कैमरा कैसे? कैमरा घुमा दो पीछे से. किया उसने किया पहले. कैमरा को टच करना. कैमरा.
Stop.
भाई कैमरा ही को. हाँ मैं करता हूँ एक मिनट. उल्टा दिख रहा है इसलिए. We all sleep in cycles from 110 minutes to 130 minutes. इसलिए कहा कैमरा ही घुमा दो. पीछे का कैमरा यूज करो.
Ushaben, this is absolutely fine. I think mirror image is fine. If you turn the camera, then we will not be able to see you.
So we all
so the way
have at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. मैं उन लोगों के साथ ही बात करती हूँ. छू नहीं कर. Absolutely.
Can you turn on your mic? It went to mute. It got mute. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Usha Didi. Usha Didi, we can't hear you. Usha Didi, we can't hear you. Her mic is mute.
Now can you hear me? Yes, better. Okay.
Thank you.
So each and every individual sleep cycle is between 110 minutes to 130 minutes. That is round about 2 hours. We sleep in this cycle. And immediately when we go to sleep, it does not mean that we fall asleep. No. The mind functions and there are thoughts that are going on in the mind. So any person who thinks a lot, according to the psychologist also, when we think, the mind functions round about 30 thoughts to 50 thoughts per minute. And this is known as the beta plus stage. Beta plus stage means the mind is hyperactive, very active. Gradually, the mind calms down. And when the mind calms down, it functions between 17 to 30 thoughts per minute. And when it functions 17 to 30 thoughts per minute, this is known as the beta stage, which is still active stage. This is hyperactive stage. This is active stage. As we go on calming down, then we function between 7.5 to 17 thoughts per minute. Gradually, the mind is calming down, and this is known as the alpha stage. So, gradually, as the mind is still calming down, then we come still more down, and it is still functioning between 3.5 to 7.5 thoughts per minute. This is known as the theta stage. And sometimes we sleep here also. Then gradually the mind still calms down. And this is between 0.5 to 3.5 gigahertz, which is known as the delta stage. The delta stage. So this is how we sleep. And when the mind comes from here to this stage to this stage, this stage to this stage, and this stage to this stage, we sleep here for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes at one time in one cycle. After 20 minutes, and this 20 minutes charging is done for 4 hours. 4 hours. After this charging is done for 4 hours, the brain charging is done. Then gradually again, we go like this. From delta to theta, from theta to alpha, from alpha to beta, and sometimes to beta plus also, because the mind is fully charged. So when we come here, whatever we have charged our mind for, we start using that energy. And sometimes this is one cycle. So after completing this one cycle, sometimes it is like that we get up also, we look at the watch, and then again fall asleep. Some people have the habit of getting up and changing their sides. And some people have this habit also of getting up, seeing whether the doors are closed or not properly, and then come back and fall asleep. And again, the second cycle starts. Now, in the second cycle, again from beta plus to beta, beta to alpha, alpha to theta, and theta to delta. Again, we sleep for 20 minutes. Again, another charging of 4 hours. 4 hours capacity for the brain is charged. After 4 hours of charging is completed, again 20 minutes is completed, then again from delta to theta, theta to alpha, alpha to beta, and beta plus also sometimes in the second cycle. Mostly we don't go here, or even if a person goes to this stage, it is hardly few minutes only. Few minutes we sleep in this. Then again we start the third cycle. So for a person to sleep in a normal condition, it is for at least they sleep for 4 hours or maximum 6 hours, or some people even sleep for 8 hours. What do you feel? What is the most ideal sleep for every human being? Anyone? Anyone can mention? What is the ideal sleep for every human being? I would say
4 hours.
6 hours. 4 hours?
6 hours.
6
hours.
I believe
6 hours, yes.
8
7
hours.
hours.
6 hours is the ideal sleep for any human being. Now what happens? 8 hours, who should sleep 8 hours? Children should sleep 8 hours? Or patients in the hospital, they have to sleep 8 hours? Or laborers who have really worked hard, their body, their muscles need some rest. So 8 hours for either children below 12 or below 16, we can say, or for patients who are in the hospital or at home also if we have any patients, so that the healing is done accurately, and either for laborers. For them, 8 hours is okay. But ideal sleep for a normal person is just 6 hours. Only 6 hours we have to sleep. And in this 6 hours, the best time to sleep is before 10. As it is said, thus means bus. But in today's age, what have people done? They have exploited their system. And because they have exploited the system, it is not functioning accurately. There is no principles for sleeping, no disciplined life. For sleeping, some sleep after 12 maybe, after 2 o'clock, they go to sleep. Because their lifestyle has become such. But normally, it is always said, since ancient times also it is said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, wise. So wisdom can only come if we sleep early. Means if we complete our first cycle of sleep before 12. So the ideal time to sleep is from 10 o'clock. We start the sleep cycle. We sleep here. The charging is done here. And then again we go back. So one cycle complete between 10 to 12. Second cycle is from 12 to 2. This is the second cycle. In that also we go and sleep for 20 minutes and we come back. Then when we sleep the third cycle from 2 to 4, what happens? We again go, but we do not go to delta stage. We go maybe to delta stage for only 5 to 10 minutes only. 5 to 10 minutes only. Why? Because whatever I have used in this beta plus stage, whatever energy that was charged was being used in form of dreams or anything, that is what we need to charge again. So in the third cycle, we again come back and we sleep in this for 5 to 10 minutes and then go back. Either to sleep until theta or alpha stage only. And it is very powerful during that time. After 4, when we get up, then naturally 6 hours sleep is accurate. So we are fresh. Charging is done for 8 hours. 8 hours charging for a person to work the whole day. That is already been done. Now what happens when we are sleeping in this cycle? This is the most superficial level of sleep, where you find sometimes some people are sleeping, they are snoring also. But if some people are talking in the room, they are able to hear everything. We feel as if they are sleeping in a deep sleep, but it is not deep sleep because they are sleeping in beta plus stage. So they are able to hear everything also. Suddenly, if their eyes get open and you ask them, did you hear? And they would say, yes, we heard everything, whatever you said, but you are snoring. And they'll say, no, although we were snoring, but that sleep was just here. Many a times people, you might have heard as if they say, oh, our sleep is like a dog sleep. Small noise and immediately we wake up. That means they're sleeping in this stage only. That is why a small noise also wakes them up. But supposing a person goes to this delta stage and is in the charging position. Now here, even if drums are being played, you cannot wake them up because it is deep charging stage. This is known as deep sleep. And in this deep sleep, only the complete charging is taking place. Right? So that is why the person would not wake up also. And after drums being beaten or some procession is going on and some firecrackers are being, still they are unaffected. When they get up and you tell them, oh, today you didn't even wake up, you have dog sleep. And you didn't even wake up after so much of noise. They would say, well, I don't know. I was in very deep sleep. I had no awareness of what was going on outside. And so, but actually they were here. That is why when a person is sleeping and somebody comes to see them, the person would go and see whether they are awake or not. And the other person would also say, please don't wake them up. Because we don't know where they are sleeping. If they are here, then don't wake up. If they are here, they'll naturally open their eyes. What's the matter? Huh? As soon as they hear the creak of the door, they would say, what happened? But if they are here, and if you wake them up, if you just pull them or tap them, Pat them. Please wake up, wake up, wake up. You're waking them up from a charging. Supposing the mobile is being charged and you just pull the wire. What happens in the charging phase? You can see a spark. Similarly, when a person is in this sleep and the charging is taking place and you wake him up by patting him so much, wake up, wake up, wake up, then what will happen? There is a spark here. And the whole day, that spark creates headache. And for the whole day, the headache is seen. No matter what medicine they take, the headache does not come down. Why? Because they were awakened when they were in the charging mode. So that is why they are not able to wake up also in that position, right? So people say, don't wake them up, let them sleep. Afterwards, we will come and tell them whatever we have to say. So we never wake up when a person is in this phase. Now it is wise to either sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. Very wise to sleep either 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. Never sleep 3 hours, 5 hours, or 7 hours. Why? Because what happens? Supposing you are after completing the second cycle, you are in the third cycle, and you have come here, and somebody suddenly spoke something, and you are awake. So you haven't completed the cycle. The cycle is not complete. You are in the third phase. You are here, and then again back here. So it is not completed. Full cycle is not completed. And you are woken up. And you have to get up and go somewhere. Then the whole day, wherever you will sit, you feel like dozing off. Even in the flight, you have to catch a flight. Somebody wakes you up and you get ready. You go on the flight and immediately go on the flight and you are sleeping. That is why some people in their lectures also, they feel like sleeping. And they say, we don't know. We had a good sleep during night time. We slept 5 hours, but still we feel so sleepy. And why are they feeling sleepy? Because the brain wants to complete the cycle. Wants to complete the cycle. So either sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. Never sleep 3 hours, 5 hours, or 7 hours. Because that is definitely going to harm your brain. Sometimes you have realized that supposing you have to catch a flight and you put an alarm at night. When you put the alarm at night, still, before the alarm rings, you are awake. 5 minutes before. You look at the clock and you say 5 minutes out. I'm awake. I'm before the alarm has sounded. Why? Because at night you had reprogrammed your bio clock and set the bio clock that today I have to go to the airport. I have to catch the flight. I do not want to miss the flight. So I have to wake up at this time. So when the bio clock is set, then it doesn't matter whether it is 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, doesn't matter. But normally when we sleep, it is either that we have to sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. And if somebody is there to wake us up, then definitely we may get up in the third cycle. And because the cycle is not completed, we are here somewhere and we are woken up. So the brain wants to complete the cycle, come to this stage, and again come back. And that day, the whole day will feel as if it was a very sleepy day that we went through. A very sleepy day. As if the mind was constantly wanting to sleep. So it is better to sleep at that time. Now, what happens after charging this 8 hours in the 3 cycles? After that, even though if you sleep more, supposing some people feel, okay, I want to sleep today 8 hours, 10 hours, I have nothing to do, 10 hours. But what happens when you sleep? You don't go to the delta stage because the charging is completed. And after 4 o'clock, the sleep cycle does not go into the delta stage. It comes up to the theta stage or sometimes to the alpha stage only, and then again goes back to this stage. So coming back to this stage, when the mind is hyperactive, although we are closing our eyes and sleeping, but because the mind is functioning in the hyperactive stage, we are using that energy which we have shared. And we are using that uselessly, in waste thoughts only. That is why after 8 hours, 10 hours sleep also you feel as if because the brain has worked and it has wasted its energy. So you won't feel fresh after that as well. So always be cautious. And it is seen that the genius people of this world, if we look into their biographies, you will find all the genius people of this world, they never slept more than 4 hours. After their complete charging, they would wake up, they would channelize their brain energy in whichever subject they want. Therefore, when it is said early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, wise. So, when we wake up early and we channelize our charged energy in a particular direction in the subject we want to master, we find that they are the ones who are able to be so powerful and they are able to channelize that energy in a specific direction, and this is how they become genius. Although they may not have the formal education of the world, but because they are using that energy in a particular field, specified field which they are interested in, that is how they are able to master that field and they become genius. So they only sleep for 4 hours. And after the full charging is done, 4 hours, then they utilize that energy when they come back here, the second cycle complete, and they focus that energy on any subject they want to master. And this is how they use the brain capacity in the right manner, in the right direction. Right? Those people who are not able to use that energy in a specific way, in the way they want to, then what happens to them? They get up and they are not able to focus their mind. So although they have charged, but they are just wasting their energy. Now, after 8 hours of work, supposing, after 4 o'clock when they have got up and they have used their energy in that specific direction which they have focused on, then you find that they are able to create their future in the way they want to. They are able to create the future in the way they want to, because that is their aim of life. That is the aim of their life. So they manage to create that aim, which achieve that aim that they have decided for themselves. Right? After the completion of second cycle or third cycle, maybe, early morning after 4 o'clock, or maybe at 4 o'clock, sometimes people have dreams, and you find that they are able to foresee certain things. And when they foresee those things during the day, or after some days, maybe 1 or 2 days, those incidents happen which they had seen in their sleep or in their dreams. That is why it is said, early morning hours dreams always comes true. Why do they come true? Because after the full charging is done, the radar system is very active, and because they are sleeping, that radar system is catching the events or whatever is going to happen, that which is destined to happen. They are able to catch those vibrations. And therefore they say early morning hours dreams always comes out true. They come out true for themselves or for others also, whatever they have seen. Because it is. But during the night, when the mind is here and they're dreaming, it has no meaning. Sometimes they themselves are also not able to understand. It's only the morning hours dream, after the full charging is done, that comes out true. Because the radar is so active and it starts catching the vibrations of whatever is going to happen during the day. So that is why we have to be very cautious. When we get up, we immediately focus our mind on the subject, on the project that we are assigned to do, and we have to do it. Right? So this is how a person sleeps, and he is able to manage his sleep. And if he is able to sleep well, 6 hours and do the right charging, and then in the morning, after 4, maybe he doesn't sleep. He gets ready, goes to maybe work. He has to get to work early, 7 o'clock. So he leaves home by 6 o'clock, getting ready, and he goes to work. Now, after using 8 hours of the energy that he had charged for himself, after using that energy, definitely in the afternoon, after having lunch, he feels a little bit drowsy. And that is when sometimes you find people sitting on their chair and having a nap in the office. And that nap will be only for 20 minutes. That nap will be only a power nap, which we say, and this power nap is just for 20 minutes. But during that 20 minutes, the person from this stage, because he is drowsy, so immediately comes down to this stage, delta stage, charges for 4 hours, working efficiency. And when he charges for 4 hours working efficiency, after that power nap, he feels so fresh. He is able to focus his mind very powerfully on the project that he was doing. And then till the evening, maybe from 2 o'clock or 2:30, when he has that power nap, and after that power nap, he again works till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And that is the most productive time that he's able to give to his particular work. After 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, maybe they come back home, or after 5 o'clock, they come back home. And then in the evening, there is nothing where we have to use our brains, where we have to use our minds. So in the evening, it is casual and we finish the day. And after finishing the day, then again, we go to sleep. Now, one thing that we have to understand, before going to sleep, it is always advisable never to watch a movie or read a novel. Why? Because when you watch a movie or on the television and a serial, what happens? The mind is activated and it starts functioning in this level. So even the body is tired, we fall asleep, but those scenes, they start playing games with our minds and keep the mind most of the time in this level or a little bit calm at this level only. And maybe they complete the first cycle 2 hours in this too only. So they do not go to the delta stage. When they do not go to the delta stage, it has not charged in the first cycle. It has not charged in the first. So it is advisable that before going to sleep, it is very essential that we calm down our mind through some process of meditation. And if we do meditation and we calm down the mind before going to sleep, then we immediately go to this level, charge our mind, and we are perfectly nourishing our minds with the energy that it needs. When a person is not able to sleep well, or supposing some people sleep after 2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock, they come to this stage, or maybe after 2 o'clock watching a movie, they most of the time stay in these stages. They don't come to this stage. And after 4, the mind never goes into the delta stage after 4 o'clock. So afterwards, even though if they sleep until 10 o'clock, they are only able to sleep up till these levels. So they are damaging their brains. They're damaging their brains. And this is why they get frustrated, irritated during the daytime, because they have not slept well. When they have not slept well, definitely that is going to bring out that frustration in the relationship or on their work. When it brings out that frustration on their work or in the relationship, that relationship is also going to be affected. And then when the person realizes, sometimes it is too late, and then they have negative thoughts that is generated. And when it is negative thoughts, it is mostly functioning in beta plus. So these people who are not able to sleep well, or most of the time are sleeping in beta plus stage, having a lot of negative thoughts, waste thoughts in their minds, they are the ones whose psyche is affected, and they become depressed very easily. They experience nervousness. They experience fear in their life. And because of that fear, nervousness, they have so many negative thoughts that sometimes they have to see a psychiatrist because they're not able to control their thoughts. All the negative thoughts, they're not able to control. And the psychiatrist understands that his brain is functioning mostly on this level and is able to come down until this level only, cannot go down. So his initial advice would always be, if you can do some sort of meditation and calm down your mind, that would really be helpful. Because I can give you drugs, no problem. But the drugs, after taking those pills, sleeping pills, drugs, psychological problem, drugs, whatever, they are hampering their system so that what happens that they don't want that person to function in beta plus stage. So they give those drugs that just suppresses their thoughts. But suppression does not mean it is calming down their mind. No, it is suppressing these thoughts. So when it is suppression, it is damaging their system. And when it is damaging their system, their creativity is affected. Their positive thoughts are affected. They are not able to even come to the alpha stage after taking those drugs. They mostly remain here, and by suppression, so during the day also, they will feel like drowsy, they want to sleep, they are not happy, they are not able to control themselves, they are not able to stay in a happy mood. It is only when we have this charging that we are able to ever stay in a happy mood, in a light mood. But when a person starts taking drugs, during today's world, when people have a lot of stress, they want to forget that stress. What did they adopt? They adopt either drugs, they either adopt alcohol drinking or smoking. These are the habits that they taking for themselves just to relieve themselves from stress. Stress means this level, beta plus level. So just to relieve themselves, but those things they just suppress. And that is why they get into another feeling, which is an intoxicated feeling, and they forget all their stress. And for some time also, they are in that intoxicated stage only. But that is not going to help them, because once they come out of that stage, once they come out of the effect of those drugs or the alcohol, then again the stress level is going to increase. So that is why those people who adopt wrong methods, they are hampering their system, they're damaging their system, they're damaging their creativity, they're damaging so many things internally. And when they are not their own friend, that is why in Bhagavad Gita it is said, the soul sometimes becomes our own friend, and sometimes it becomes our worst enemy when we are not able to understand our systems, and we are not able to sleep well, and we can't live well. We are our worst enemies. So in today's lecture, we would say, don't be your worst enemies. Be your best friend, and try to do some sort of meditation so that you are able to relax your mind. And at night, before going to bed, it is very much advisable that you do some sort of meditation, calm down your mind, and go to sleep so that your charging is done in a natural way. And when the charging is done, naturally you will be able to feel so happy, so contented in your own life. Definitely. I met a person who was on drugs because she couldn't sleep naturally. Throughout the night, she was always awake. So she started taking sleeping pills. And she said, I never experienced natural sleep for the last 12 years. But then when she came to the headquarters of Brahma Kumaris and she did meditation, and every day before going to bed, when she was doing that meditation, she said, that first time in my life, I've experienced what natural sleep is. It was the first time in my life that I did not take any pills. And since the last 3 days, I am having natural sleep, and I'm so happy, so contented. I feel I should have done this long back. When I knew the Brahma Kumaris, I just don't know why I didn't go to them. So always advisable to lead a natural life rather than a life which is not advisable. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Billy? Raising your hand. So
yes,
what are the questions you have?
What is a good type of
Yes.
meditation? What is a good type of meditation to do, and how long should we do that meditation?
Yes, very beautiful question you asked. The best type of meditation is what is taught in Bhagavad Gita, or the Raj Yoga meditation, because it is systematically done. It helps us to do systematical things, and so it is advisable to learn this Raj Yoga meditation so that you are able to do it in a natural way. But another thing, how many minutes should we do meditation? Well, I would suggest, if you are a beginner, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes before going to sleep. Why I said 20 minutes? Because it is said that when a person gets angry and is in a boiling temper anger, 5 minutes of anger burns his working efficiency for 2 hours. When he is angry 5 minutes and is real anger, but his face is completely red. And he gets angry for 5 minutes. Speak, 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 speak. Then what happens? What happens to him? His mind is so much disturbed that he cannot focus his mind for the next 2 hours. Therefore, it is said that when a person gets angry, he is not able to focus his mind for the next 2 hours. What will he do in the 2 hours time? He will try to find 10 people in front of whom he can justify why he got angry. And when he finds 10 people where he can justify why he got angry, and those 10 people support him, it was good. At least you taught him a lesson. When he hears that, he feels, okay, I've not done anything wrong. That's what he feels. That's what he feels. And he calms down. But supposing out of the 10 people, one person tells him, look, it was not good. You shouldn't have done this. You should have said this. And he would flare up again for another 5 minutes of boiling anger. And another 2 hours is completely disturbed. Sometimes we find when a person gets
Hear me? Sorry about
Are you
this.
able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Only, yes.
So, yeah. So when the person is angry for in the morning hours, 20 minutes, is so disturbed that during the whole day he's not able to do any productive work. He's not able to do any productive work. And when he's not able to do any productive work, that day, by the end of the day, he will share his experience with someone very close and say, today was a very crap day. I was not able to focus my mind the whole day. And it was such a bad day that I had. It was such a crap day that I had. This is what the experience says. So, when we meditate in the morning, at least 20 minutes to begin with, when I meditate for 20 minutes, it is not that I won't encounter with such people who disturb me, who try to make me angry. But if I have done meditation and I've charged myself in a natural way, what will happen? Although such people will come, I may have to encounter with them, but still then also I would be in a better position to handle myself and to handle the situation and not to lose the temper, but at least manage myself in a better way. So 20 minutes in the morning, then 20 minutes before going to sleep. Why? So that I calm down my mind and I'm able to sleep peacefully. When I'm able to sleep peacefully, the next day morning, I'll be waking up fresh. That is why at least initially to begin with, 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening before going to sleep. Right? And for that, we need to learn this Raj Yoga meditation, which is very useful for all of us.
Thank you.
Asked about how long.
Yeah.
And how long before bedtime should we cut out the activities that you mentioned, like reading a novel or watching a movie?
At night, no. If you want to see in the
Sorry for the inconvenience. Right now she's in Tennessee and they had the
Yeah.
tornado, and that's why there is a disturbance in between
So
because of
if you want
internet.
to,
Yes, go ahead.
even if you want to watch a movie or read a novel, do it in the after your work hours maybe, and you have time and you have some hours. So at least in the evening you can watch a movie, but not before going to bed. Then do meditation and calm down yourself. But it is advisable. If you watch a violent movie where there is so much of violence and your mind is so active, then it affects your mind so much that it is impossible for you to sleep in a natural way.
Thank you.
Yeah, Om Shanti, sister.
Yes, somebody is raising the hand. Yes, Amrit, you can ask your question.
Yes, so hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sleeping for about like 6 hours a day. So
Hold on 1 minute. I don't think so. She's connected at the moment. Maybe you can repeat your question
Okay,
once
I'm
she's
connected.
okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Amrit, you can ask your question.
Yeah.
So I sleep for about 6 hours a day. I sleep at around 10, and then I get up at around 4 a.m. And then like right after like
Yeah.
4 a.m. I do Amrit Vela, like yoga for some time, and then like at around 8 a.m. like according to your sleep cycle, like if we sleep for 2, 4, and 6 hours, we feel more energized, right? But for me, like after sleeping for 6 hours,
Yeah.
like right after doing yoga, I feel very energized. But like in the morning, sometime at 8 or 9 a.m., I start to feel like very tired. So like I don't understand why I feel that way, because like your sleep cycle, like if I sleep 6 hours, I should feel energized, right? But sometimes I feel more tired. So like, is there anything I can do to prevent that tiredness?
Maybe you're sleeping for 6 hours, but most of the time, because you might have some stress on your mind, so you are not going into the delta stage. You sleep mostly in the beta plus stage. That is when you won't feel fresh the whole day.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone has a question? Okay. Brother Sahib, you have a question? You can.
So I have a question. It's
So
like
most of the
psychological.
time, if you are just functioning in your beta plus stage, even you feel as if you have slept for 6 hours, but actually you are not sleeping you are not going into that charging stage. That's why. Okay.
Yes. Another
So
question, Usha Didi?
yeah. So
Yeah.
yes. So sometimes like I have a psychological feeling that if I wake up at Amrit Vela, probably when it comes afternoon comes or when it's like 2 to 4, because I'm not able to sleep because of work. I'm outside. So if I wake up early in the morning, probably the day I'll be more sleepy. So which like prevents me from waking up at Amrit Vela. Because I'll be sleepy throughout the day. So is it right or wrong? And so
Actually,
like,
what happens now? This is just a psychological thought that has entered your mind. That if I do Amrit Vela, if I get up at Amrit Vela, then during the whole day I'll feel sleepy. This is because you have psychologically set yourself. If you remove this psychological barrier, then you'll find, as I said, as I mentioned, genius people never slept more than 4 hours. And still they were genius. They were able to do wonders because they broke this barrier. And once you break this barrier, nothing can stop you moving forward. It is just a psychological barrier that you've created for yourself.
So just to let you know, everyone, Amrit Vela is early morning meditation. The Brahma Kumaris, the students, regular students at the Brahma Kumari Center, they do at 4 o'clock. So that's what they are talking about, Amrit Vela, early morning meditation. Okay. More question I see from Sonali.
Sonali, yeah.
Thank you, Sheetal Didi. Om Shanti Usha Didi.
Om
Is it
Shanti.
is it okay to sleep after Amrit Vela is done?
Well, I would suggest that after Amrit Vela, you can focus your energy in whatever work you have to do. It is better. But if you feel you do not get an afternoon power nap also, then you can take a power nap for 20 minutes after Amrit Vela.
Okay.
If you have time, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Prithviraj Bhai.
Om Shanti Ji. Ji, what is your suggestion or guidance for people who have support, like late night support, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we get system calls, So like that, our sleep gets disturbed. Still, sticking to our schedule seems to be tough. So is there any tips or any food items that we have to work on or exercise along with unscheduled, shifts, like late night shifts? So for such souls, what is your recommendation or tips?
Yes, those people who have night shifts, yes, they need to adjust their bio clock accordingly. But still, the charging that is done at night, that charging is not done during the daytime. It is difficult, although they set their bio clocks as well. So it is better that maybe they can ask their people, or maybe if they can find another good job where they don't have to do the night shift, then it is okay. But if they have to do the night shift, there is no other way, there is no other thing, then definitely you need to set your bio clock for the daytime. But still, it is advisable that you get the night sleep. Then it is really going to help you in developing your brain capacity and your mind's capacity.
So is there any, thank you, Ji. So is there any other tips regarding the food? Like what kind of food?
Food also. Definitely sattvic food helps the mind to get into that delta stage quite easily, because sattvic food brings sattvic sleep as well. So instead of having the negative thoughts that are generated when they eat heavy food, definitely then it becomes very difficult for them to go to the delta stage. It takes a lot of time for them because the energy is focused to the stomach to digesting that food. So preferably, as it is mentioned, that in the evening, if it is light food and sattvic food, then it helps them to sleep well.
Sure, Ji. And one
So
quick question.
food is one aspect, yes.
Okay, Ji.
Food is one aspect.
Okay, Ji, thank you. And is there a time of sleep, like length of sleep depends on the age of the physical body? Like, is it something true? Like kids, teenagers need more time than old.
Yeah, that's what I said. Children under 16, they need 8 hours sleep. Old age people or patients, they need 8 hours sleep. And physically, who has done some laboring work, the laborers, especially the masons, they need 8 hours sleep. But for those people who are working on computers, those people who are doing that job sitting, not a laborer's job, but is easy job for them, advisable for 4 hours to 6 hours.
Great. Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much for sharing.
There is one more person. I believe that's Sejalwan. Do you have a question? This is the last question. Then we'll go in a meditation. You had to unmute. Okay.
Hi. Thank you very much. Very informative topic. I'd like to concur with you about not eating a heavy meal in the evening. My wife and I, for many, many years, always eat our main meal at lunchtime, and then we always eat light in the evening. We have a sleep number bed that measures your heart rate, your breath rate, and your heart rate variability. And it's proven to us over and over again, eating light is very important. I would like to ask, how many hours a night do you sleep yourself?
How many hours?
Yes.
How many hours what?
He's
you
asking
sleep?
you.
Huh?
How many
many
hours do
hours?
you sleep? In
Do
your
I sleep?
Yes.
I mostly sleep 4 hours or 6 hours. Yeah.
Very good.
I set my bio clock accordingly. 4 hours or 6 hours.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, when I wanted to do the research work on Bhagavad Gita, I used to not sleep more than 4 hours, because during those 4 hours only I was able to do this research work. But afterwards, definitely, then I had time, so I increased that time to 6 hours. Yeah. But I've seen wonders in my life when I slept for 4 hours. Yes.
Wonderful. So beautiful. We have learned many things today. The inner process, the sleep cycle, all the stages, and also what it affects us and how to protect us. And lifestyle, especially emotion, affects our lifestyle, and which doesn't allow us to sleep well, going into deep sleep. So this is the right time to experience our special quality, that is a peace. So calming down ourselves, inner peace and inner power that we can experience. So we will request Usha Didi to guide us with this with the commentary, and we will experience all together, and this will help today to sleep better tonight.
So for a few moments, let us just calm down our mind and focus on the self. I am the being in this body. And realize my eternal quality, I am originally a peaceful being. My thoughts are calming down. I am at peace with myself. My eternal transcendental nature is pure. I am a pure being. I realize that there is true happiness in this pure, peaceful stage. The happiness that I was searching for outside. I realize that my eternal form is blissful. I am a blissful being. Slowly and gradually, I turn my attention from the inside to the above source, the Supreme Being. With my mind's eye, I visualize myself as a point of divine light, and the Supreme Being, who is the eternal light, and through my mind I connect myself with the Supreme Being. The rays of divine light and might are showering on me. And I feel empowered with the energy of the Supreme Being, and I allow it to flow as I empower myself. I am a powerful being. This is my true nature. This is my real self. I feel so light from within. In this moment, I'm just by myself in the company of the Supreme Being, elevating me, recharging me, refreshing me. And I become re-energized with the new power. As I bring myself back to the present moment, I feel enriched from within. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, thank you. In spite of many challenges, even the internet situation, even I feel like, looks like you don't have even a fan or AC, still you managed very well, Usha Didi. You're an amazing and inspiration for everyone, dedicated and committed, an angel for us. So we have learned many things from you today, and definitely today everyone will sleep well, right? And we will inspire others also to have this good habit and have beautiful life. So as we have our custom and system, we do give some little piece of sweet and blessing card. We can't feed you right now, but we can at least share a blessing with all of you. So I'm going to read the God's blessing for everyone. You constantly give everyone the gift of good wishes and elevated pure feelings. This is your blessing. Okay, so please accept. And we have upcoming events also. We'll show you on the screen. As Didi mentioned about the Raj Yoga meditation course, so in July month we are going to start in the weekend. So you can see on the screen starting on 8th, so which will continue for 4 days, 8, 9, 15, 16 weekends, and that is 11 to 12:30. This is in person and on Zoom, both as well. So whichever option you like, you can select. If you are nearby, we request you to come and join here, because the atmosphere at the center, it's so powerful. You can experience this power. Now, next event is every Tuesday we have an experiential meditation session, which is 7:30 to 8:15 in person on Zoom, and only 45 minutes. So in that we listen to some topics and then we go into the depth of that experience. So it's a very good opportunity to do like once in a week, so you can join. Next, we have every third Sunday of the month, which is called World Meditation Hour. We do not teach anything in this hour, but together we sit and do meditation for the whole world. Many yogis, they sit at that same time. So it's a very powerful hour. So if you have a time, that time, so you can join, which is coming up July 16th, 6:30 to 7:30, again in person and on Zoom. Next, we have once in a month children class. So this time in July month, we have 23rd July and 11 to 12:30, that's the time. This is only in person. The age group is 5 to 17. There are 3 groups and the parents also. So 4 groups, they will be in different classrooms and they will learn virtue or one subject that we will explore. These are the activities we are having in this coming month, and these courses and programs are offered as a community service by the Brahma Kumaris organization. So you can take the benefits through these programs. The contact for Addison Brahma Kumari Center, you will see here. There's email address, the phone number, and the website. You can take the photos if you want to. And if you want to learn more, if you have any other question, you can call us. We have a retreat place in Peace Village, that is upstate New York. So we have some retreats going on in the summer, so you can select, you can attend that also. So I hope you enjoyed, you have learned many things, you're empowered now, and we can bring a change, right, in our lifestyle. Do you think so? Yes. So let's say thank you to Usha Didi. You can raise your one hand. Say thank you, Usha Didi, for your time, for your energy, your commitment. Sorry we could not meet you in person, but somewhere we will meet you again. Thank you very, very much. Om Shanti, everyone. Thank you for joining. Shanti.